Hey guys, we are continuing on Unit 7. Today's notes is talking about converting between grams and particles. So up until now, we've gone from grams to moles and moles to grams, and we've done moles to particles and particles to moles. So today, we're going to go all the way across the mole map, so all the way from the left side to the right side and back, and that will convert between moles and particles. So in order to do that, you always have to convert to moles first. Whether you're going from grams to particles or particles to moles, you always go through that middle section, so you have to convert to moles before you can find your final answer. So what that means as far as like setting up the t-charts, that means we're going to have a little bit of a bigger t-chart. So we're taking everything you've learned to move completely through this mole map. Here's our question. How many molecules are there in 45.2 grams? So we're going from grams all the way to molecules, which is a type of particle. The first thing we need to do is we can look at our mole map, but I would really like y'all to set up a t-chart. That way you know kind of what you're doing. So here's what we're starting with, right? The first thing I know that we're going to need to do is find our molar mass of this compound. So the mass of phosphorus is 30.974. There's only one of those, so I don't need to multiply. The next thing I need to do is look at chlorine. Chlorine is 35.453. I have 3 of those, so I need to multiply it by 3. Once I add those two numbers in red together, I get my molar mass for PCl3. So we're going to need that number here in a minute. Okay, so if you look at your mole map, whenever I need to go from grams to moles, I have to divide by my molar mass, So 45.2, that's what we started with, divided by my mass is 0.329 moles. That's the first step, is to convert to moles. Okay, I'm trying to get to molecules, so I got to keep going. Notice that moles and molecules are not the same thing. Molecules is a type of particle. Okay. So, this is what I just did. Let me kind of scroll through here. Okay, so if you look at your mole map, if I'm going from moles in the middle to molecules off on that right side, I'm going to have to multiply by Avogadro's number. So that number that I just found, the 0.32912, that whole thing, I'm going to multiply that by Avogadro's number to get my final answer. So my final answer is 1.98 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. That's going to be my final answer. So let's do that same thing with dimensional analysis, which means using a t-chart. So again, I'd love for you to use t-charts. If it confuses you on the test, then go ahead and just use your mole map. So I'm starting with 45.2 grams. I need to have that same unit diagonal so that they can cancel out. So I have grams and I have moles. Again, this is going to be a bigger t-chart because I'm going all the way across my mole map. So the first thing I'm going to have to convert to is moles. So that's what I'm doing here. Then you can go ahead and plug in your numbers. Always put a 1 in front of moles. Always put your molar mass in front of grams. So if I did my math right here, that would just give me moles. But I need to get to molecules, so I got to keep going. Okay. So I'm going to make another line in my t-chart. Again, your units need to be diagonal from each other to cancel out. So at the top, I have 1 mole PCl3. That means diagonal. I'm going to have that same unit, mole PCl3. Always put a 1 in front of your moles. Whatever I'm looking for needs to go at the top. I'm looking for molecules, so I can go ahead and plug in molecules up there. And anytime I have some type of particle, I have to put Avogadro's number. So that's where that 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd came from. Now I'm ready to do my math. You're always multiplying across the top and dividing what's on the bottom. So here's what happens when I multiply across the top. Divide by my bottom number, and you should get the same answer that we did before. I prefer the t-charts because it makes sense to me in my brain. So in class, we're going to practice setting these up. Okay, that's it for today. Go ahead and work on the worksheets that are linked for you. If y'all have questions, please let me know. Bye, guys.